be an interesting matchup.
Yeah, I agree. Jkoper plays every rando known to, well, at least every 2D rando known to human. But he also plays several different randomizers, and I have seen him run vanilla all keys more than once. So this is not his first, foray into this game.
Yeah, he's definitely got. I've asked him, like, I started this, I don't know, what, a month ago or whatever, and I've reached out to him quite a bit about stuff. He's got a lot of information about the vanilla game, so he knows plenty of his stuff. It's just he's new to the randomizer part of it.
Yep, and I know, Jkoper has a few tournaments going on right now. I'm not sure if he's still in the SMB3 tournament or if he got knocked out. I do know he's taking part in the current Z1R Scary Swordless tournament, which, I'm bad at Z1R, so that's terrifying to me to think about playing that game swordless ever. But
I didn't
yeah,
even know there was a swordless mode for Z1R. That, yeah, no,
terrifying,
thank you.
right?
It's a pass. Yeah, I was just about to say, I don't know where jkoper gets the time to do all of these randomizers, because I'm pretty sure he's in like 3 tournaments right now
Oh,
simultaneously.
cross keys too.
Yeah, like this guy has
Yeah,
56 hours in his day or something. It's
Mariah,
crazy.
I think you're right. Coper has found the secret to adding hours to the normal day. He has, transcended the rest of us plebs. All right, looks like we're going to get started here pretty soon. This will be exciting to watch. These two are playing a custom flag set tonight home. No random biomes, but no vanilla. So there will not be any possibility of vanilla shuffled anything, including Death Mountain. So see what we get. Here we go.
Lucky for them. That was probably a smart play on their part. Definitely did not want to see another seed that was unbeatable like earlier today, because that hurt my brain.
Yeah, I think that's only the second time I've seen that in a tournament race, although I have seen a handful of unbeatable seeds in my experience with this randomizer. So we've got an early P bag for Coper on that graveyardish Western encounter, and Warlock in Medicine Cave.
Wow. 1/1/1 into this cave. Incredible.
Yeah, that's
this
bravery
cave is
right there.
Yeah,
I usually
know.
have to farm before I can go into Medicine Cave.
I've only run into nightmares in that cave.
Yeah, see, and then you make it past the bridge, and it's like, oh, maybe there's a giant worm in your way. Hey, free fairy again. Vanilla fairy, 2 seeds in a row. Or no, not vanilla fairy. My bad. Free fairy, though, which is nice.
Yeah, basically free fairy. We've got Warlock not trusting himself to jump that gap to get the trophy there. I remember seeing, I think it was Animus earlier, having fun with that cave as well.
And fairy at 66, so just barely not castable on Magic 1, at least with the number of magic bars they have at the moment. Warlock found a pass-through. It was either the back of Fairy Cave or the back of Parappa pass-through. And it must have been Parappa because there's the front of Fairy Cave. Hey, home, go west to find the link dial.
Oh, wonderful. Yay.
Alright, so now it looks like...
There's the other side of Parappa.
And Coper's gonna get his Fetch Quest trophy out of Medicine Cave.
Warlock getting the unfortunate news that he's on the wrong side for the fairy.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. At least, we know that there's another way around. I'm sure he'll figure it out soon enough. Well, hello, Home loves the Bro Shield. It's so nice to see you in the chat tonight.
That is not. I don't know who this home person they're talking about is.
You disagree, Homewrecker? You disagree with that statement?
They're not referring to me clearly. There must be
That's
other
a different
people.
home. That's your. That's homemade beer.
Yes, maybe? yes. Zelda 3.
Of Link to the Past randomizer clowning fame. Alright, so Warlock did find the other side of Saria, and we'll get his free fairy spell. And it looks like, is Koper gonna use fairy here to get to the other side instead of doing the exploration around? I think so. Alright. So, I have a hard time sometimes with these biomes telling if they're vanilla-like or mountainous when we get all these little pass-throughs and things. This is looking mountainous to me, but I'm not the greatest at identifying the biomes unless they're obvious.
Yeah, my biome knowledge is still somewhat
that's
lacking.
What I was thinking. There's not enough water for it to be vanilla-like.
Which makes sense. I would have, if given the choices, I would have said the same thing. It's probably mountainous.
I mean, pretty much when I see a bunch of mountains and those little skinny pass-throughs, that I assume it's mountainous. It could maybe be a caldera, but I don't think so.
Seems like a great biome for people that hate boots.
Or, are a big fan of giving you the boots and then nerfing them, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, and then making them useless, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know who would do such a thing.
We're not here to name names.
Enemy set is not terrible, but also not the most fun ever. And P4, jkoper has found.
Can't tell if he's trying to decide whether to go in there or not. Probably was the case.
Oh, here's some new so womp womp.
Oh, yay.
Sag, red jar on grass tile.
Looks like a seed that's not going to give up anything easily to this point. Despite getting that fairy so early.
I mean, except for, free fairy spell.
Yeah, that's what we call it.
Koper taking his luck here with the Jon Snow. The Jon Snows of Raru.
Yeah, they might as well call this the land of Westeros, because there's way too many people that know nothing here.
They are not helpful. And Koper didn't read the sign, so this will be a surprise.
Nope.
Alright, life spell in Raru today.
I've noticed that a lot. Apparently that's the thing. If the spell is free, just why see what it is? Just go get it.
I mean, it makes sense.
Go west to find the cross.
Okay, so
red jars and crosses.
Yeah, we know the cross is hanging out somewhere that's not Medicine Cave or the grass tile. And hey, cave connector to Maize Island.
Very interesting.
It's a nice early find, finding your connectors, knowing where, especially since there is a required palace on Maize Island. Oh, that's a fun boulder block connector on Warlock's side there.
jkoper found one transition screen, changed his mind.
I don't necessarily blame him. I often use the same routing style where I'll, do my Western overworld checks, kind of try and find my towns and palaces. Oh, raft on the west too. And it's nice to know where the connectors are, but I mean, at least for me, Copers would probably be fine with it, but low level, no downstab Maize Island is not my idea of a good time, personally.
No, you could have always taken the risk. Like, he had enough for one ferry. He could have ferried, skipped that one screen, and possibly just made it to the palace and
True.
had a chance to just kind of explore from there. Instead, he's picked up the jump spell
And we have a very dark reddish purplish brown looking P2 there on the west.
I had trouble seeing what that pillar looked like.
And Warlock's gonna pick up his free life spell.
And speaking of homemade beer, there we go. All in on Warlock.
Beer's a believer. So Coper's working his way here through Heart Container Cave. And doing a nice job on that.
Ooh.
Sag Coper. He was doing a nice job on the red Dyra at low attack levels. Warlock going into Maize Island on attack 1 because apparently he likes pain a lot.
Oh my goodness.
300 for the Orange Lizalfos is not bad, and especially nice to see when you're, at 1, 2, 3. And looks like Coper just found the raft in Heart Container Cave.
Can't farm that dude easily. It would be somewhat of an inefficient farm.
Yeah, Beer, I mean, you kind of could. You could go into the palace and keep going back for him, but it's just not worth it. Too much time.
King's Tomb. We know nothing.
I'm pretty sure that was Palace 5 we saw, on Maize Island. So Warlock's gonna explore and try and grab the 2 items out of here.
Warlock could easily be suffering from some recency bias here. I played a practice seed with him yesterday. We had the magic key on Maize Island.
Oh, was he late to it? So yeah, that could. Oh hey, raft tile on Maize Island, and here's the vanilla where the child is in the vanilla game, where Lazy Kid hides out. So we'll see. Warlock's got a good pattern going on this Lizalfos, and there he got by him.
Saved it. Yeah.
Oh, sad. Well,
at least he was a 500p bag.
That's true. It's
going to get him attack 3. That's pretty good.
Yeah, and I guess that's actually, I mean, you definitely want to see items for progression, but when you're in Maize Island with no downstab on low levels, that's not a terrible thing to see.
And another connector.
To Vanilla Lake Death Mountain. Interesting. Meanwhile, looks like Coper has found another item cave on the west. Yeah, this is an interesting call for Warlock to dip this Maize Island. And we do see that bridge connector on Maize Island as well. And in the meantime, Coper is taking on Vanilla Magic Container Cave. And it looks like there's something there that he doesn't like, so he's going to ferry around it.
Oh well, there's the cross. What I always forget the name of it. The dog dudes that throw the
Oh,
axes.
the Dairas.
Yeah, there's a red Dyra there.
Crystal Joy calls them for alligators, and I really like that a lot. So I have borrowed that from her. Looks like Warlock is committed. He's gonna,
Finish up the rest of the island.
really,
Yeah.
he's going for it. He's shooting a shot with that second item.
I think it's just going to be, he hasn't seen too many tiles yet here, so it's going to be a lot of encounters on the back end of this. If he does get something out of it, though, this could well be worth it.
Oh, the midair lever.
Oh, no. Yep.
But that was his first life, so...
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Those guys are just... Those levers are deadly. They're so dangerous, and they... Especially when they just spawn in the middle of everything. As jkoper is exploring the west, working through some of these... The dig shake swamp areas.
And Warlock finding the second item, and it's the glove.
Hey, okay, so this, yeah, this could definitely pay off. You know, we've got Fairy, we've got Glove, we're on low levels, but Fairy puts palaces in logic, and Glove is a nice find. That means you won't have to double dip if you get Glove locked out.
I think this might work out pretty well for him. I thought it might be bad that he didn't have the raft. He couldn't go farther east, but like you said, maybe he can start doing some palaces here and build a little crystal lead.
I was thinking the same thing, Homewrecker, that, you know, what a shame that he didn't, you know, take a dip into Magic Container Cave and grab that raft, but it could end up being more efficient routing depending on the location of Great Palace. You know, you end up with Great Palace on the east, and this gives Warlock an opportunity to clear out the west and never come back if he doesn't have to.
Well, I thought twice about seeing that town and not going there.
And Warlock's going to turn in the trophy for Vanilla Jump while jkoper is getting everyone's favorite stab. Okay, and Warlock's got that raft hint, so he knows, he's seen that raft tile, and he knows the raft is somewhere obtainable for him now. All right. And jkoper has found P-Bag Cave, so we'll see what the item is in here.
Doing a good job making use of all the enemies in here. 3-2-3 pretty quick. Just realized that.
And a magic container, you know, is not a progression item, but it's still a good find. You know, we may need whatever Granny's hiding in her basement in New Kasuto.
Yeah, you may need to get past that dumb granny, that gatekeeping granny that shouldn't hide anything but does.
Now, home, I detect maybe some recency bias there.
All
yes,
I'm saying
indeed.
is that the granny requirements are too damn high. Excuse me, they're too dang high.
Alright, Warlock's found the back of Jump Cave, knows he doesn't really need to bother following that connector since there's that pass-through, the little skinny mountain pass right there. And so he's going to get his cross now out of Heart Container Cave. And oh, Koper's gonna show us our first palace inside P2.
This is very interesting color scheme for this palace.
It is, and I know jkoper. I'm not sure if he plays on emulator, if he plays on hardware. Oh, the raft. Sorry, the raft was in Heart Container Cave. Cross was not. That's my bad. I know, I'm not sure if he plays on emulator or hardware, but I do know that his... Oh, he plays on a NES, Mirai. Thank you.
I was gonna say, this looks like it would be on
I was gonna say,
NES.
this looks like original NES colors. And jkoper is going to ferry across that drop for now and see what's on the... Okay, so he's key locked and ferry locked since he's out of magic. And meanwhile, we've got Warlock in what I believe is either 3 or 6. I missed the tops of the columns.
Oh yeah, this is
3.
Palace 3.
Okay. All right, so our runners exploring different palaces. They've got similar levels. jkoper has, they've switched their magic and life. jkoper is up 1, or attack and life. jkoper is up 1 attack, and Warlock has a life level on him. But jkoper does have that downstab, which, is pretty much the most broken tech in the game. So it's great. You can just bounce off everything's head.
Yeah, Warlock making yet another choice here to go into Palace 3 and dig through without that downstab.
And this is a dead end, and I think Warlock knows this is a dead end. He might be looking for keys and or XP at the end of this. Mm-hmm. Oh, and jkoper is in one of my least favorite situations. This fun little mini Goomba guy throwing projectiles at you while you're trying to jump over a lava pit at him.
At least the Hammer Bros, they take a second to stop throwing their hammers, and you get a gap in there.
That is true. And Warlock did get that key at the end of that dead end, and Nope's out of P3.
Smart play, especially considering they know they got some more stuff to do.
Yeah, I agree. I don't hate it. Yep, he's still got... If he's keeping his tracker updated, and I know a lot of you Link to the Past runners are used to auto-tracking, and I've seen it can be a transition when you're used to the things being tracked for you. But according to his tracker, his personal tracker, he's still got, after this cave, it'll be 2 overworld checks on the west, so yeah, I don't hate him noping out of that palace to get those cleared out.
Ooh, that was close. Buried past the Feraligator. Only to be rewarded with the cross.
I mean, I don't think we saw Warlock get the cross hint. I think just jkoper got that hint, so he might have been hoping for something better out of that cave than what he ended up getting.
Man, that's the most disappointing when you see the 5-0 pop up off the P bag, hoping you're covering the second 0, but you're not.
All right, and Palace 2 giving jkoper a bit of a time. I think that runners starting the rando sometimes think that, you know, it's Palace 2, it's the second palace, it's probably not, you know, how trolly can it be? It's pretty big. So when you start randomizing and reconstructing the rooms, it can be pretty trolly. And oh, see, so now jkoper has not committed to the Maize Island checks and decided not to reset that room with the falling blocks. He's just gonna go a different way and hope that that's not his progression in this palace for either an item or the boss.
Warlock doing the World Tour second round here, it looks like. Oh no, never mind. Maybe we're headed back to that raft tile.
Yeah, I'm thinking time to see.
Something I've noticed when I play in the mountainous biome is that it's really easy to miss like one little offshoot somewhere, and that's the path that goes to the thing you need. That might be what's happening here. Just missed that path that got him to the downstab.
Yeah, I have the same issue in the mountainous biomes. You know, those pass-throughs can all look so similar. And okay, so that bridge that's at the top of Death Mountain, where we saw him come in from that other cave in Maize Island, looks like it's our only access to the east today. So that's fun.
Oh my. This is yeah. I'm sure at this point Warlock's just like, I don't want to do this, but what do I do?
Yeah, I don't blame him. Downstabless Dark Death Mountain is not the most fun. And jkoper, okay, so he finds Helmet Head, he's looking indecisive, decides to commit. We'll see. I think maybe he was hoping to find the item in this palace before finding the boss. Since in this flag set, the boss rooms do not exit to the palace, and yeah, he's gonna walk out and look for that item. Pretty easy time with Helmet Head and downstab, with downstab and attack 4 for Helmet Head.
Yeah, going back to try and get a level before he turns in that crystal. That 100% makes sense here.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I think he's probably looking for his next attack level here, judging on the amount of that XP. Warlock's still looking for
Hammer Cave,
Hammer
presumably?
Cave.
Yeah.
I assume so. jkoper's got to... Oh, jkoper. So
Oh,
sad.
no.
So sad he took the bop and couldn't refill his life in time. That's too bad. Oh, that's a fun boot slot cave there.
That's an interesting situation. You can easily get frustrated by that to the point that you might forget, wait, I haven't turned in the crystal. Hopefully that does not happen.
Yeah, that is true. You know, I'm not sure how jkoper tracks this game because I never see a tracker on his screen, but you know, I'd have to imagine that a runner that's been playing this game as long as he has and of his caliber would remember that, but also, you know, it's the tournament and things happen, so we'll see. I also hope that he remembers to go back and place that gem. And Warlock taking a dark lava bath on his last life in Dark Death Mountain. Oh. Okay, so we've got jkoper with the nice Revenac cheese strats.
And we're gonna get our first crystal placed.
All right, jkoper with first blood at 27 minutes, 27 and a half minutes. And I imagine we'll see him make his way back into Palace 2 probably pretty shortly to place the gem that he didn't place. But it looks like he did manage to get that up to attack 5 in Palace 3 here, so that's good for him. You know, leveling strat, there are a few different leveling strats in this game, and you know, right now it looks like jkoper is using the max out my attack level until I'm comfortable going into GP with it, and then, you know, think about probably magic and life. And I'm not sure if he's a power leveler. We might see him, you know, place a gem, get a whole bunch of XP, and power up either his magic or his life all at once. That's a pretty popular strat for leveling in this game, in the randomizer. Oh, for a second, okay, he was... Well, yeah, and Warlock looks like resetting his up and A-ing at that palace to reset his life. You know, the memer in me was kind of hoping he was gonna YOLO attack 3 Palace 5, but this is probably the better decision.
I mean,
and
it's YOLO that or
us in the
chat YOLO this Death Mountain, like...
That is a good point. DH Stom telling us in the chat that jkoper does power level, so I think we'll probably see that at some point when he maybe at attack level 5, but I would guess probably he'll take attack 6 before he power levels magic or life. And I think Warlock has realized, oh, item room here in Palace 3, so we can see what Palace 3 has to offer us.
And there is our hammer.
Okay. Now I like this routing by jkoper, you know, not dipping Maize Island or Death Mountain, you know, without some of these progression items that you would want. Like, you know, if he dips into Death Mountain, he can clear out Hammer Cave. If we ever find it, he can clear out Spectacle Rock because he has that hammer.
Yeah, I believe at one point there was a clue found that the hammer was in Palace 3. It must have been by jkoper. They were probably just looking for that.
And I think Warlock was hoping to find access to that bridge. Looks like he's still searching in Death Mountain here, and there's Hammer Cave. And he says no thank you. And then he says just kidding.
I think it took him a second to realize, wait, this is it?
I have done the same thing several times, especially when I was just getting more comfortable with Dark Death Mountain, especially. In fact, I trolled myself hard and rage quit a Seed of the Week once because I didn't know I was in Hammer Cave. I kept walking into it, and I didn't know in the dark that it was Hammer Cave, and so that was good times. And this is Trophy Cave for jkoper. This is our, between the two runners, this is our last overworld check on the west, and that was a magic jar. So, not a very healthy seed, but decent magic so far.
Warlock trying to play very carefully to make sure they don't end up in the drink, but there's nothing they can do.
That's
just got hit by a boomerang.
That's a terrible, terrible place for a Gorilla. Okay, and now with downstab and fairy and attack 5 and the hammer and, you know, all the things from the west, jkoper's gonna come into Maize Island And you know, he's gonna take on Guma before digging the glove out of here.
Yeah. Jkoper is looking very, very good right now.
Yes, I think he has a routing advantage for sure here. And a lot of that is just his experience, his years and years of experience playing several different versions of this randomizer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not like he is very good at avoiding double dipping if at all possible. And here's the item, heart container. Heart container in P5. Okay. We don't hate it. jkoper probably doesn't really need it. He could care less at this point. He's more concerned with where's my glove, where's my boss, where's my, you know, required spells, so I can just go mode all these dungeons.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if we're gonna see that from jkoper as soon as he finds that glove. We just see him start trying to rip through every dungeon he finds.
It is possible. You know, we'll have to see where our reflect and thunder spells are. Yeah, that is a good point. Mirai not having down stab is starting to, I think, hurt Warlock a little bit in terms of his execution.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing for Warlock is that I feel like I want to guess that in his mind he was trying to make a big play to get to that hammer cave, hoping that it would be something that would, you know, give him an advantage, but so long without down stab, and now it looks like he's heading into Mito. So long without down stab has really been detrimental.
Yeah, I agree. I think, you know, he was hoping for the play, and, you know, I think maybe... Okay, so now he's going to get the hint about the hammer. And he'll get his down stab here.
My concern for him getting through that hammer cave was that he was just going to find, like, the candle in there or something.
Yeah, or
something
even,
just not good.
Even worse, yeah, 1-up or a blue jar or a small key, some trash item. Okay, so now Warlock has the best stab in the game. As jkoper continues to work his way through Palace 5, which is a known troll palace.
I'll say it is.
That was a nice downstab block on that little pellet from the flying head there on Koper's side. To not get knocked back into the lava. And here goes Warlock with his downstab, making quick work of these enemies here in P-Bag Cave.
Koper finds another dead end in Palace 5 and has decided that's enough of that.
Yeah, he says, nope, let me go see. And I may have missed, he could possibly be glove locked out of this palace at this point, or I may have missed that though. So he might be, you know, looking for something that will help him progress through palaces, or he might just be checking the raft tile.
And with that hammer, he's definitely gonna drop into Spec Rock here, and
might as well get another heart. So now all of a sudden the seeds become pretty healthy for him after a heart from P5 and another heart from Spec Rock.
And he's electing to start searching.
checks out those two caves by the raft tile at what looks like the southern edge of Death Mountain, and he's gonna find his first Maize Island item here.
Yeah, this was the pea bag. And we have to go a little bit deeper for that glove.
Alright, and jkoper's going to see the other Death Mountain connector there, which is the other Maize Island cave.
Yeah, I was really kind of watching what jkoper's doing. I have no reason to think that they would just skip out on the second Maize Island item, but I have not watched them play this game that much, so scaring me a little bit here.
With gloves still outstanding, he will most certainly dig the second item out of here, especially since he's already here. He has to beat the palace anyways. Yeah, it might be a different looking route, but he will most certainly find his glove here. And Warlock is about to find his hammer.
Hammer, yeah.
That's good. Seems like P3 not giving these runners too much of a problem today. Item and boss both easily accessible.
And there is the drop down. Glove is now obtained, which means we have some digging through Death Mountain to do. Unless he elects to go back to Palace 5.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what jkoper decides to do here now that he has both items off of Maize Island. I personally like the efficiency of clearing out Maize Island if possible when you're there the first time. Sometimes it's not always possible, you know, sometimes you end up with GP on Maize Island or Palace 4, you have to go back for Reflect. Or, you know, if you get a P5 and maybe you're not the most skilled at combat, you just don't have the levels to do Attack 2 Guma. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see what he does here. Maize Island is the only way to Death Mountain, and Death Mountain is the only way to the east, so the runners will have to come through here to get anywhere else.
Yeah, and we know we need to find... Wait, Reflect is in the east somewhere, so... And we'll have to go back to the west for Palace 4 for that, so... At some point, there's going to be some back and forth.
And Warlock will fight Rebo here with his downstab, which is much, much better than the alternate fighting Rebanak without downstab. We've not seen a boots hint, have we?
Not that I have noticed, no.
Yeah, I'm wondering how much of this Death Mountain are these runners going to actually have to do with no boots to get to the access to the bridge.
Ooh. Warlock needing the business end.
Tough death for Warlock.
Rebo's sword.
Yeah, he's got a couple more tries here.
Yeah, he'll be fine here.
Okay, and jkoper was right around the vicinity of Hammer Cave and, you know, went the other way. Yeah, Warlock not quite lining that cheese strat up right and knocks Rebo off the horse, but kind of pushes him towards the right. and then ends up having to, you know,
Oh yeah, he's not
fight
trying
him the normal way.
He's not trying to fix it. Oh, now he is. Okay.
I mean, I kind of don't blame him. Cast Life Spell and just try and get the fight over. Oh, and that's too bad. He was only probably 1 or 2 hits away.
I think he had him at 1 hit. Yep.
jkoper being very careful in this scary, dark lava pit cave and has found the east.
There we go. And a 500p bag for his troubles. Right off the bat.
Yes, and he's on no lives right now, so and yeah, probably glad he has the cross on no lives here in Old Kasuto. And that is Warlock taking an untimely game over to Rebanak, and he is not happy with himself right now.
And is not electing to go back. Leaving and starting over fresh.
Yeah, I mean, you know, if this is what helps keep him from getting tilted, go for it. I would probably not make that same decision, but I'm very stubborn.
Well, yeah, he was very close on every single one of his attempts. He just needed to get 1-2 more hits at most.
And jkoper is going to show us, I believe this was Sunken Peabag Cave on the east here.
Yes. Continuing the medicine. We can get our spell now.
And I'm not
Warlock
sure
slipped
about
into a palace,
this.
but I didn't see which one.
It's
he slipped
Palace
into.
4, and I'm not so sure about this. He's got no reflect. He does have glove, and maybe he's hoping for, you know, a good progression item here. As jkoper finds Grand Palace
in the west,
there
yeah,
in the east, and
or in the east.
double 1-ups for Koper. Gets the small item there as well as a 1-up drop. Yeah, I'm not sure what Warlock is thinking with this dip into P4, and if he wants to interview after, that would probably be a good question.
I'm just worried about something you mentioned, that the tilt just might be real at this point. I know he can get frustrated with himself sometimes.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, this game, I think, when you tend towards... Oh, yep, Koper did get attack 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you...
6
and now, so 644, his levels are shaping up nicely, and he's still only got 1 crystal down. This won't be any problem for him. Hey, free thunder. Free thunder and help from Granny.
Granny not gatekeeping today, but just a heart container. Unfortunately, Spell is all the way back in the west, so... Wondering if we're just gonna see an abandoned check here. We may never see what's in this tower.
I wouldn't blame him. Especially if we don't see a 3-eyed rock and flute isn't required, you know, if we don't need whatever item might be in there to get our reflect spell, you know, if there's no progression, if jkoper hits go mode before he makes it back here with spell, yeah, we won't ever see that.
Continuing overworld checks. Do we have a desert tile here? No.
Okay, it looks looks like Warlock might be farming this one orange Lizalfo.
Well, that was interesting.
He's,
Cobra
yeah,
saw this was Firetown. Kind of had a change of heart, looks like.
he might be going for upstab here. I don't know that he cares about fire. But yeah, he's
I just wonder if you take the chance that fire is reflect and then you're in go mode.
and we might see him get the hint for the child. You know, if it's somewhere he can get to easily, we might see him do that.
Nope.
Or not.
Nope.
I'm not surprised. Okay, and Warlock, I think, just got another life level off that Lizalfos farm. Yeah, Sparkles, I would probably take the chance on fire too. You know, personally, but
We know the reflect spell isn't going to be item locked, so
okay, and Warlock is just gonna head over here with his hammer and maybe hope that there's something good. And you know, he hasn't found all the heart containers that jkoper has, so he probably doesn't hate that right now. Especially considering some of these bops he's been taking and some of the untimely deaths.
just to answer a question or a comment in chat, yeah, the reflect spell will be free at this point.
Yep.
It's just a matter of where.
And Crystal, you know, there's no boots, but I think we have seen a way around this river devil already, so I'm sorry. You know, it looks like he's doing work, but not really. jkoper's gonna show us Risen Peabag Cave on the east.
Just sleeping on the job.
And Warlock is going back to Hammer Cave.
Another magic container.
That was a smart life refill there by jkoper, knowing that picking up that magic container will refill his entire bar. Took the time to refill his life. River Devil is the smallest Snorlax ever. Yeah, I can see that. And I think we've seen a lot of desert tiles on this east, but still not the desert. Maybe this is the desert tile.
There we go, the desert tile.
All right, all the hearts. Max heart
all
percent.
magic containers confirmed. And there's our reflect.
All right, reflect in Nibiru. Free reflect. Warlock being very careful. Very careful on the one enemy, the one landing that has an enemy. Warlock was all over it this time. He's not making the same mistake twice. Whoa, sad trombone. Just a pea bag in Hammer Cave. As jkoper picked up his reflect.
That's what I was afraid of, and I know Warlock is lamenting very much the decision to go for that at this point.
Hey, ZeldaSpeedRuns 2, thank you for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. We are watching. We're in the middle of this Swiss race of our Zelda 2 Standard Tournament 2022 between jkoper, player of all 2D randos, and Warlock2019, player of several 2D randos.
Yes, I think the question is answered. First of all, welcome all in Raiders. Yeah, this is week 1 of 5 of the Swiss rounds for this tournament. The Z2R standard tournament, I guess is what it's called. Yes. I'm so used to Link to the Past terminology. I want to call it the main rando tournament, but it's a standard tournament.
Yeah, it is the standard. We do have the Max Rando that takes place earlier in the year, and jkoper, blink and you miss it, sends Horsehead to the glue factory.
See, and I was watching some of that, and I really think you should call this one the standard tournament, and that one the insanity tournament, because the players and the seeds that showed up in that tournament were insane. Every single one of them that I saw.
You know, sometimes you just have to play a 1 heart container, 0 gem. No, I mean, I can't even say that with a straight face. You absolutely don't have to play it. But Max Rando is one of those modes that I really like to watch, but I really don't like to play, personally. Alright, so jkoper looking for navigation around our friend the River Devil by taking some of these connector caves on the east here. This canyon east. Mariah, I don't believe we did see the item in P1. I'm not sure that jkoper is concerned anymore with items. I think he's just, let me find the boss, let me send him to the glue factory, let me get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Warlock is having a tough time in this Death Mountain trying to get access up to that bridge. And I didn't see jkoper's entire route of how he got there. But he did start at the top. He did start at that top, and I think possibly Warlock has just, yeah, that was, I'm pretty sure that was the way, and I think he just noped out of it.
Oh, I'm trying to think about this here. So, Cobra's killed Helmet Head. We know that Palace 4 is in the west. Palace 5 is on Maize Island, so... And I believe we saw Grand Palace here in the east,
yep.
So we're looking for Valley of Death. Okay.
Which we can kind of see there on jkoper's overworld screen. And I think, yeah, as Warlock figured out that this is his only... I think this is his one and only access without boots to that bridge. Yep. And there's the east for Warlock. Oh, good.
And I think he is on his last life. He's trying to oh no, he's got 1 life to give. Okay. And there we go.
That was a really nice. That was a really nice move by jkoper in Death Valley. It's not completely closed off. He stepped on the encounter, noticed that he could get around it, and promptly did so. That was nice. Yes, Mirai, very, very easy. Yeah, and Warlock eating that experience, going for the reset at GP so he doesn't take a game over and get bopped back to the Western continent. I don't blame him.
Yeah. No, very much just wants to get this spell safely. Sometimes you just have to sacrifice that experience, although he probably is not happy about being at attack 3 still.
No, I don't blame him. I would also not be too happy about that. looks like he just hasn't been able to. He's come really close several times to being able to level up and just hasn't been able to convert. He either has to do a save and quit or he takes an untimely death, and it feels bad. You don't like seeing that as a spectator. We want to watch both runners have really great clean games. It feels bad. All right, Koper in my favorite room ever. I'm actually not kidding. I do like that room. The weird blocks that you can either ferry or stab through. It's fun. Here in P6, we're gonna get to see my favorite boss, Barbara Streisand.
It's gonna take us a bit to get there, though. Barbara's hiding out pretty well from the looks of this.
So let's see. So we need 6 magic containers for Granny's basement. So Warlock is not going to get another heart container from Granny right now, but he is going to be able to get free thunder. So that's something at least. And jkoper finding a dead end, recognizing it right away, and saying no thank you.
I just noticed that same thing as well. Yeah, Koper was refusing to stab to get up those blocks. Finally decided, okay, I've had enough of this. Doom Doctor is paying out pretty well with 200 a pop.
Not terrible. And oh, no savior jar in the head there, so now jkoper is going to have to go back to this room and let the Moa light him on fire so he can ferry through that door, that lock, in the next screen.
Yes. The fiery magic refill. The only issue with go-moding these palaces is we're never going to see that key.
Yeah, the chances are not good at this point. Warlock's going to pick up Upstab here in Darunia. Doing the fairy claws. Crouching and turning Link into a fairy to fly down that chimney. And I know Upstab gets very bad rap in this game, but I find it very useful, especially sometimes when there are spiders and bats hanging out at the top of a swamp encounter, which, seems totally normal.
Yeah, the Upstab has some benefits, and sometimes it has some disadvantages, and sometimes it's hard required in Grand Palace because reasons. Koper make her way into Barba here.
And yep, Koper finds our friendly neighborhood dragon, and Warlock did get the hint for the child, which is Karak disappears with, so the child is in Palace 4 today, and that's a little gross. jkoper.
Very nice Barba fight.
Very nice. He makes it look so easy. And he doesn't have to jump in the lava this time. That's good.
Fortunately enough for the... Yeah.
Just go place his gem. His 3rd gem here. And...
taking the level from the looks of it.
He'll wait to take the level. Yeah, Stomp 6 is enough for attack. I'm not surprised. A runner of jkoper's skill level. Yeah, I'm not surprised. That's plenty for him.
Well, he's gonna turn in 3 more crystals here at some point, so he could either get them all up to 7, or perhaps stay at the demon levels here.
yeah, we'll have to see if he starts burning gems or not. And he's into P4.
Any chance we can start calling these the Royale levels, since you've told me yourself you're a demon, not a monster?
I mean, I don't really think we need to go that far. Okay, I'll make a deal with you. You can call them the Queen Royale levels. How about that?
Oh my gosh. I have to reconsider it now. I have to reconsider it now.
So, jkoper checking that elevator before going back down and continuing right, because in the version 4 Zelda 2 Randomizer, you can take an elevator right to a boss room. So, it often pays to check elevators to completion in palaces. Warlock has had it with these. Warlock has had it with these connectors in the east. He's flying through them now.
I don't think I've played the randomizer for this prior to version 4. I didn't realize that was previously not a thing. Because it always just made sense to me. Check elevators. There's a boss right there, probably.
Yeah, older versions of the randomizer, I think, and I didn't play versions prior to 4, but I did watch some of them. I think the elevators, in this version of the randomizer, in previous versions, you couldn't take an elevator directly to a boss. You take it to a room that could lead to a boss, but, you wouldn't just go down an elevator and run into a boss.
Be in a boss room. Okay.
The jkoper showing off the usefulness of upstab there to kill the fire moa. And this is an item. This is the item. Yep, This is the item, P4. So he's going to grab the child. He doesn't even know that it's here. But, if he decides he wants to go back to Darunia for fire, which I don't see happening, but maybe he is equipped to do that now.
Could see it. I think it. Well, I don't think it was really on the way. I think it was kind of off in the corner of.
Yeah,
of the
Darunia
east,
is never. Let's be real. Darunia is never on the way. Warlock is into Risen Peabag Cave. And having a little trouble with the bats, but makes it through.
Reported with that, for them, 6th magic jar.
While jkoper has to take a death so he can once again ferry through this door.
Yeah, if the elevators change is recent from the last version of the randomizer, I think that's a good change. Me personally, not knowing them very well, could do without the addition of the community rooms, but I'm getting there. I'm starting to appreciate them.
Yeah, I can definitely, as a somewhat newer player, longtime fan of this game in general and the randomizer, but a somewhat newer player, I can kind of see both sides of the community room debate. And that Palace one, this is, the difference between how, what you play on and what you capture on. That Palace one on Warlock's side was holy pink. And hey, here we go. RNG Karok. Yes, BT Slacker, I think that's a good point. Long GP with no community rooms, you will start to like them. I agree.
Okay, that's that's a legitimate
Legitimate use
legitimate
case for
argument.
community rooms.
Yes.
All right, Karak down pretty easily, no issues on jkoper's side. And not burning the gem.
Probably going to make their way back to Palace 2 here now, I'm assuming. We gotta turn in the gem that we never submitted.
Right. And Warlock has a Horsehead mini-boss in Palace 1. And
there's
hey,
our key.
There's that magic key. You love to see it.
That will save him some, what surely would have been more frustrating deaths later, having to die for magic refills. For Fairy.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. And jkoper back in Palace 2 here. Gonna place that gem that he, took that unfortunate death in here early, trying to preserve his experience after killing Helmet Head. We forgot to say happy 1 hour home. I'm sorry. I'm new at this.
Gosh. Yeah, me too. I've done this twice.
But jkoper, of course, pretty much knowing right where to go, and picks up that key, which we'll talk about why that's a really good thing as soon as I saw Mirai's name in chat, as soon as Warlock sends Horsehead to the glue factory. So,
Two blues for the price of one.
attack 9 guy, I'm sorry, no one's going to be anywhere near it. And there we go, Koper's found his way back to where he needs to be to place his gem. And
Use his key.
use his key. Yep. And, I'm wondering if he's going to bother. Yes, happy 70 minutes. Good call. We totally meant to do that, Mirai. We're starting a new trend. Happy 70 minutes. Yeah, that home guy never pays attention to time. Boy, Home loves the bro shield. Really has your number, Home Wrecker.
Oh my gosh. I mean, eventually you just, time just comes and goes and you stop noticing it.
Alright, so here we go. jkoper headed into Palace 5 here on Maize Island, his 5th and final palace. And, I like the way he's routed this a lot. He cleared out that west, has come back to Maize Island, and is then going to be able to get over to the east and finish off that GP.
Yeah, no, it was definitely, from my perspective, a good route as well. In the grand scheme of things, minimal trips through Death Mountain, not trying to make the play for an item, just smart and efficient clearing.
Yeah, and minimal dips into palaces as well. I think P2 and P5, I think, were his only double dips, which is nice. And Warlock finds Palace 6 here in the Valley of Death. jkoper taking the opportunity to pick up another key.
And it's time for Guma. And we're getting his maces in.
Yeah, he's he's a friendly guy. He just wants hugs and to beat you with his flail. That's all. So jkoper is going to cast shield here, and that will help a little bit as I believe
he's playing very aggressive on this guy.
Yeah, YOLO Guma. I mean, he's got life spell, he's got every heart container, really good levels. There's no reason not to.
Well, come on in. So what you're watching right now is it's a randomized version of the game. We have two people racing the same seed right now, head to head, in a race to place the 6 crystals, kill the Thunderbird, and then kill Dark Link to awaken Zelda.
Yes, and with that Guma beatdown and gem placement, jkoper can head back up to that bridge. You know, another forced death mountain here tonight. Head back up to that bridge, get to the east, and, you know, take down some chickens and his own shadow.
Yeah, it really makes me wonder if searching palaces for boots might have been a worthwhile call here, just to save yourself this rerun through Death Mountain.
Yeah, that's a tough call. I think maybe with a boots hint, that play could be worth it.
Sure.
But you know, given the information that we've seen with no boots hint, I mean, yeah, Death Mountain can be a troll, but once you know the way through to get to where you need to go, I can't imagine it would have been more efficient to go dig boots out of somewhere. And Warlock, I'm not sure how familiar he is with every dead end room. I don't know if he's looking for keys, or no, he wouldn't be because he already has the any key.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if he's trying to farm experience or if he just didn't know that room with the long hallway and the enemies.
Yeah, I think that was
always
just
a dead end.
Lack of recognition on his part. That's kind of what it looked like.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we are in GP. jkoper in GP. Immediately met with our friend, the blue chicken.
If you want a short explanation of the Zeldas in this game, the Zelda that's sleeping was supposedly the first Zelda, and since she's been asleep, it's been deemed that every princess since her also be named Zelda. So, sleeping Zelda is quote-unquote original Zelda. Of course, the story of, these games has changed since then, but there's your short version.
And Warlock has found his way to good old Barba. Indoor Barba tonight. With the addition of some of these community rooms, there is an option for Barba al fresco, which is a lot of fun. Oh, jkoper. Okay, so both runners actually took bops and managed to not fall into lava.
Mm-hmm.
And so nice moves from both of them. Warlock with those Barba fireballs, and jkoper running head on into a red chicken knight.
No crispy Zeldas, but we do have crispy chickens. We'll see them soon enough, I'm sure.
Yep, so far we've seen a good amount of chickens. No waffle rooms yet, so we don't know what kind of pain we could see, but it hasn't just been all flying.
Have we even seen anything that's...
Yep, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Have we seen anything that's actually glove locked yet? I saw some rooms where Fairy could get us around blocks, but I haven't seen anything like absolutely glove locked yet.
I don't think so. Well, yeah. You're right. There's been a few rooms that have been Fairy or glove blocked, but I haven't seen anything yet that's flat out glove blocked. And Warlock does defeat Barba, gets an attack level out of that, so his levels are much better now.
Okay,
if only he
there
could...
goes my
If only he could find some more life, maybe he might appreciate a couple more heart containers.
Well, if he makes his way back to New Kasuto at any point.
Yes, now he is worthy of Granny's help. jkoper doing a nice job in that emoji room to avoid that blue chicken knight and takes the elevator right up to our buddy Thunderbird. Alright, let's see how attack 6 does.
Seems to be pretty effective here.
Yeah, Thunderbird, those fireballs are just dangerous. But jkoper doing a nice job jumping in between the gaps, keeping Thunderbird in using the pendulum strats very well, and yeah, no real issues there, as expected.
Fantastic fight. That Thunderbird did not stand a chance.
No, that was... Yeah, that was a very, very clean textbook pendulum Thunderbird fight from jkoper. And now the divergence and fun begins.
Yes. Here comes
and
our first
spicy chicken! Hello, friend. Okay, so let's see. Oh, hey, look, orange and red. So the orange ones are squishy.
Is this?
Yeah, I mean, you just knock them down the elevator shaft. It's no big deal. This is fine. jkoper's gonna check all the way down to the bottom to see if Dark Link is hiding. Okay, so here's our first glove block, which is also a dead end, so not even a required glove block.
We had the emoji room right before Thunderbird, too.
That is true. I pretty much always assume on Thunderbird required Grand Palaces that the glove is going to be required as well. You know, it's rare. It happens, but I think it's rare to get a seed where Thunderbird is required and the glove is not, just because you usually end up seeing more of GP that way, and the more you see, the more likely you are to have to break a block. Alright, Warlock back into P4 with Reflect this time.
Yeah, making his way through Crystal Cleanup at this point. Now jkoper having all sorts of fun. All sorts of fun.
Yeah, you know, these rooms, they don't have the platforms and the holes to fall in the lava, but they can still be just as dangerous. The timing on those Bago heads can be brutal sometimes. And, you know, jkoper making quick work of those bats just hanging out in GP. Just chilling there.
March right into...
That's a nice welcome. That's a nice welcome up the elevator. Hello, welcome. Welcome to the fire rope.
Wow, this room is...
that's a room.
Wow, that is a room. Interesting. This is okay.
Okay, yeah, so this is the waffles and syrup room here. Which is what we call it when you've got the chicken and waffles room over the lava pits. You know, because these rooms aren't hard enough on their own. Just add lava. Forehead.
Mm-hmm. Don't accidentally downstab.
And Warlock saw the child, saw that it was an easy, it's not something he had to go search for the elevator up into that item room for, and was still like, hell no, we won't go. So, you know, he must be go-moding dungeons at this point too, and I'm sure he probably feels behind.
Oh yeah, he almost certainly does. Plus he knows he's got what he needs. The only thing that might save him time is the boots, but...
yes, not enough time to make it worth finding them, but yes, agreed. And jkoper, I think I'm sure he knows the skips on some of these upstab room, but he was just in what is for me an upstab required room because I can't do the upstab clips, but is probably glad he picked that up in Darunia just because it does make life easier when you run into one of those GP rooms with the upstab blocks. And Warlock taking a death, not quite got bopped off that bridge and not quite getting the fairy cast off in time. And jkoper's going to skip that drop for now.
Yeah, this has been an incredibly rude Grand Palace after Thunderbird. It's been for the most part linear, but it just doesn't stop.
And wow, someone locked up those bubbles. And they were just like, no, we do not like you. Live in these bricks.
And we have found the way to Darklink.
Wow, Darklink and Karak in sync. Yeah, get your GGs in chat for jkoper. He'll walk all the way over to the side of the screen and cheese his own shadow here while Warlock takes down Karak on the other side in Palace 4. And that is it. GG's for jkoper, who finishes with an official race time GG time of 1 hour, 24 minutes, and 29 seconds.
Yes, we are just sub 85 there. Warlock looks like has seen the result now.
Warlock has seen jkoper's done and has forfeited. Not surprising, given the number of gems he had to place still.
Yeah, he was finally on the path to just going through everything, but not enough time, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think some of those early routing decisions, dipping Maize Island early and Death Mountain a little early and not being able to follow up on those while jkoper was able to clear things out, I think that probably hurt Warlock a bit in this race. And I think we're going to see if we can... Yep, we're going to get...
I think we're going to have our races come in for a quick interview here.
Yes, it will be quick, Zelda 2 fans, because we have another match coming up right after this that's supposed to start in, like 1 minute, but we're gonna do a quick interview with our runners. They put on a great show for us tonight, so please make sure you give them a follow. And also my co-commentator, Homewrecker, make sure you give him a follow as well as our wonderful tracker, Mirai. See if we can... And we are joined by jkoper and Warlock. GG's, you two. Welcome in.
GG.
Yeah, GG's, guys.
Hey, thanks. Yep. That was interesting.
Yeah, Force Death Mountains to get anywhere, I feel like are never super fun, but you both did a pretty good job getting around the overworld. How do you feel about the seed?
I mean, considering when you say what we had to do, it sounds a lot worse than what it actually was. Like the Death Mountain was not difficult really at all. I'm pretty happy with how I played and everything, other than that game over in 2. I was in a tough spot there. I didn't want to give up my experience. I didn't want to cast life because I wanted magic for fairy spell, and yeah, that was a hard room. So maybe I should just place the gem. I don't know. I also wanted the item. I was missing a lot of stuff. Yeah. I'm guessing we did not see the boots on either side, but
No, we did
Okay.
not.
No, we did not.
okay. Yeah, those would have been nice. But GG Warlock. Hope you were happy enough with your first race. How did it feel for you?
Very jittery. My combat went down the toilet. I just walked into everything. I couldn't fight.
Yeah,
Part of why I
Warlock
wanted
made some.
your volume to be on, because I knew mine would have a lot of beeping.
Warlock definitely made some interesting decisions routing wise early in the seed. Got those gloves very early on, and did well. You did the dip into Death Mountain which unfortunately came up with nothing.
Yeah.
I was wondering if that was going to be to your advantage, but it turns out it was. Yeah, jkoper was able to get through the west pretty efficiently, and then just travel on through.
Yeah, I missed Fairy Town for a little bit too long.
Oh yeah, that's not good. Fairy is kind of important, especially you didn't get the key, right?
No, I'm sorry, not Fairy Town, like the vanilla Fairy Town. I forget the name, so I couldn't.
Yeah,
down-
Mito.
Yeah.
You did. You were late to Mito and late to downstab.
Right.
And it definitely, Warlock, I think it affected, your ability to execute through some of those like low level area. Like, I mean, low level Maize Island, Dark Death Mountain, low level without downstab is not super fun.
Yeah, you see me jumping on a lot of heads for no reason because I don't have downstab yet.
Yeah, I definitely recommend highly seeking out downstab, especially if you're new. And I mean, if you've got Fairy or Jump, then go get it. And plus, you might get information on like where Thunder or Reflect is too. So, if you're trying to play super fast, then maybe you want to find the medicine first, but that's pretty risky. So, downstab is good.
Definitely.
There's a good argument even that, like, if we were going to have like a more introductory kind of flag set, start with downstab. Maybe start with Candle Key and downstab or something. But yeah, that's not what this flag set is. This flag set is not super difficult, but it's not necessarily designed for beginners either. As you could see here, lots of fun death mount stuff happening and whatnot. So I don't know. Yeah. So we were supposed to make this quick. I think we're having another race really quick.
Yeah, we have
a
race right after this one. It's CS Tutor and JJ Schmidt 77. Yep.
Okay.
So, if you guys don't mind, if you have any other like parting thoughts you'd like to talk about real quick, we'll wrap it up and turn it back over to Star to take us out, get us ready for the next one.
Yeah. This is CS Tutor's first Z2R race. He says he's been playing this game for a couple of weeks.
Yes.
Jay's been around for a couple of years plus. Gonna be maybe a rough first race for CS Tutor, but he's a good randomizer player, and he says he likes challenges, so that should be fun. Stick around. But thanks Star, Royale, Mirai, Homewrecker, and Warlock, all of you guys, and I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks everyone.
Yeah, GG's. Yeah. GG's, both our runners. Thank you so much for putting on a great show for us.
Yeah, thank you both. Good race today.
I would like to thank everyone except for Homewrecker, because it's your fault I'm here. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, to be fair, it is his fault. You can blame him, and you should.
We did a race, and Warlock did well, and so he joined. I don't see how this is my fault.
You threw, so he would be forced to join.
No, that
it
was
against my own time.
Tiverius.
It wasn't against Homewrecker.
Anyway, well,
Anyhow,
we're glad you're here, Warlock, and
I'm glad I'm here too.
Thank you, Home, for helping me through my first comms, and we will turn it back over to you, Star.
alright, really speedrun outro before I go speedrun some really fast setup. Give all the runners a follow, Cooper and Warlock, GG's. Give our comms a follow, Cooper and Royal Cheese. Doing great for somebody first time on comms, and thank you to Mariah picking up the clickety clack for a change, much appreciated. We will be switching to the countdown scene for a couple of minutes, then we will be right back because we have got ourselves, as mentioned, Z2R versus JJ Schmidt starting up right up next. So see you all in a couple of minutes.